Tulsa, Heating and Air Coach's Corner. Fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com and Big G TV.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by State Farm agents Andy Womack, Dana Womack, Celeste Middleton, Alex Williams, Ron Reeves, and my boy Emerson Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Danny Brewer back with you. You know, this show is, one of the great things about the show is we have a continuing flow of Rutherford County legends. And now I'm joined by Oakland High School Lady Patriot coach Scott Thomas. Coach Thomas, I mean, you know, you've got a history here in this county, and we're all very proud of you. And I mean, I think that's the cool thing about this county is we got guys. We just had Shanice Kaysen in here. Yeah. You know, we know what she did as a basketball player, and of course, you've got your legendary stats as a high school athlete too. So, is that kind of one of the cool things about this county? You think is because people stay here and they continue to cultivate the programs from people who've been here.
Yeah, I don't know about being a legend, but yeah, I think it's cool, you know, to see the athletes that have come through Rutherford County that, you know, choose to get into education and coaching and help kids, you know, kind of go through what they're trying to get to is pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, because there's a guy over there at Oakland, and I'm going to give him a little kudos. He's coaching swimming. He swam in this county, and they just won
another one.
Right, exactly. Yeah, won another county championship, and the middle school, they won another county championship there, because I know you were at Oakland Middle before too. Yeah. So, you know, that's kind of cool, and that's my son Drew Brewer, very proud of him, so I'll give him kudos for
a great job.
For what he's doing over there. So let's talk about another great job. How about last night's game? I know you guys, actually I think you've had a really good week, but let's talk about last night's game first. Siegel victory, I think 45-37 or something like that, or 47-35. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a great game. You know, I thought we came out first quarter and probably had the best first quarter we've had all season, and you know, give credit to Siegel. You know, they never quit and, you know, continue to hit big shots and keep the game close, really, you know, all the way through the fourth quarter. And I thought we responded well in the fourth and kind of went on a little run there about halfway through, and was fortunate enough to close it out.
Because I think at one time they cut it to 2, and you guys responded. Good sign for your team. You think that you know, because things can happen and momentum swings and all that stuff. That's all part of the game. But when you can respond to another team cutting the lead like that, good for you guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're still preaching to them, you know, when we get up 10, 11, 12 to, you know, hold that lead and try to extend it. And, you know, I felt like last night we did that, and then, you know, we let Siegel cut it, you know, under 10, which I think boosts their confidence and feels like, you know, it gives them a chance that they're still in it. You know, but I think it's part of our youth as well, just learning, you know, how to maintain a lead and keep the lead. And, you know, I was proud of the way that we finished the game last night.
Because closing them out is what you want to do, especially this time of year.
Yeah, I mean, any district win you get is always huge. Wasn't the prettiest, but, you know, at the end of the day, we got the win.
So earlier in the week, I think beat Stewart's Creek, right? Yeah. So did y'all play 2 or 3 games this week?
We played 2. So we played Riverdale last Friday, and then Stewart's Creek Tuesday, and then Siegel last night. So, so I really think the fourth quarter of the Riverdale game last Friday kind of woke us up a little bit and really sparked us. I think a lot of our kids, you know, kind of got some confidence. You know, Zaria Benford being one of those. You know, she's been our leading scorer the last 2 games, and the last 3 games we've had 2 freshmen being our leading scorers, and Riley Mullins' shots are starting to fall, you know, during that 3-game stretch. And, you know, really just I think they're starting to click as a team more. You know, Dariana Boney's been huge for us, especially on the glass and defensively. And then, you know, we got Callie Lowe that comes in, who's a junior. Then our lone senior, Kenya, didn't score much last night. But, she's always a factor defensively as well.
So, yeah, you've mentioned a couple of girls that I want to talk about. Benford, what class is she?
She's a freshman.
She's a freshman, okay. And I think she hit like 16 last night,
She had
maybe?
16 last night, yeah. And then against Stewart's Creek, she had 18. And then she was, I think, 11 against Riverdale.
So 3 straight games, double figures for a freshman.
Yeah.
So what kind of a player is she? I mean, inside, outside, a little bit of both? Tell me a little bit about her.
She's more inside. Most of her points come from inside the paint. We're starting to get her the ball down low more. And, she's gotten good looks down low all year. She just hadn't had them falling, and they're finally starting to fall. And defensively she's so long. She's gotten a lot of steals too, which have led to fast break points. But yeah, her and we have another freshman, KK Richardson, who's scored double digits consistently all year long. So when those two are scoring and Kenya Seibert is scoring and Riley is scoring, and I feel like we're a pretty good team.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, you've got 4 or 5 girls who can consistently score the basketball, and that makes you pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about post play. I think it's really important in girls basketball. Is it difficult to teach post play? You feel like, because the game has kind of moved away from that with so much emphasis on the 3-point shot. Do you think that? Give me your thoughts on teaching post play and developing post players.
Yeah, it's hard to have a good post player these days. Not many teams have just a true big that they can go to and dominate inside. The big that we did have, Kylie Higgs, tore ACL, over Christmas break. So I felt like early on we were starting to get more of an inside presence and working in and out. Is what we were trying to get done, and ever since she's been out, we've kind of struggled to establish a inside game. So we got a few that we're kind of rotating in with Dariana Boney and Kalei Henderson comes off the bench, both sophomores. So we're still trying to find that inside presence we can get to, and Zaria's been one that we've gotten the ball inside, multiple times, and she's finishing, and she's done a good job too. And if they collapse on kicking it out, and I feel like that's when we're at our best is when we get it inside first and work it back out.
So, would it be fair to say that you are freshman and sophomore laden as far as the kids who are on the court most of the time?
Yeah, I mean, you look out there and It's usually 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and then you got Callie Lowe's the only junior we got that is getting good minutes. And then, of course, Kenya's our only senior. So, I think I'm excited about the future, and I think we're doing a good job right now competing at a pretty high level with as young as we are.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. I mean, because, their experience is the best teacher. Mm-hmm. But at this stage, as much as these girls have played, they're really not freshmen and sophomores anymore. Agree or disagree with that?
I agree 100%. A lot of people have tried to encourage me and, just telling me, you just got a young team, be patient, y'all are going to be fine. And, my response to them is, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm a competitor, so but I think we're starting to play now, at like our freshmen are starting to play more at a sophomore level and sophomores, junior, and so on. So I think the more we play, the better we're getting.
Well, Coach, you just kind of rolled me into my, horse racing guy rolled me into this beautifully. So you're a stud athlete and you're a competitor. Confessional, that's what I want to talk about. Confessional, 2-1 on the morning line. He's running the Sam F. Davis Stakes today, which Sam F. Davis is. It's not the same Sam Davis we know from Smyrna, but still, Sam F. Davis Stakes today, Tampa Downs. It's a big Kentucky Derby prep. 2-1 on the morning line. Brad Cox trained. He's one win and 1 second and 2 starts. So he's lightly raced, which you've got some lightly raced fillies out there, know. But your confessional is you're a competitor, and you don't want to put up with excuses. Yep. So is that important for your team as you move forward into the district tournament? Because I think the district and the region tournaments can both be pretty wide open. Yep. You got a couple of teams up there, and everybody else is kind of pretty good too, but no excuses. That's your confession.
Yeah.
We don't make excuses.
No, we're not making any excuses. I've told our girls several times that everybody we play doesn't care that we're fresh, that we're young, that we're freshmen and sophomores. So, we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. We got to go out each night and compete. And there's no teams in our league or region, district that we can expect just to show up and win, without playing and playing competitively. So yeah, that's just something we're continuing to learning, and I think we're going in the right direction.
So, Coach, talk about what you got coming up this week.
So we got 3 games this week. We got Franklin Monday, then we got our senior night Tuesday against Laverne, and then we got Rockville Thursday night as our last district game, and then we'll finish up the following Tuesday with Smyrna at home before district.
And that'll be like the makeup game. Is that right, or is that not a makeup game?
We were supposed to play at their place, the one that we had to cancel. So they decided not to reschedule it. So we already had them coming to our place, so we just kept that one.
Okay, and because it's not a district game, right. It's just one of those region games because everybody plays everybody in the region during the regular season. So, but 3 games, especially the Monday Tuesday deal. Actually 3 games in 4 days, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of at the point, where I'd kind of rather play. I think the more we play, the better we're getting. So we've won 3 in a row, so. I think building some momentum going into the tournament, and our girls just continuing to buy into preparing and prepping for the teams we're playing, and just building their confidence each game, I think is going to be huge for us in the postseason. Well,
that's what the tournament's about, because you're going to be playing a bunch of games in a very short span, so maybe good for you, right?
Yeah, and good competition. So, yeah, we're going to go compete and see what happens.
Okay, Coach, because you're a football stud too, Super Bowl, give me any thoughts on Super Bowl, New England, Seattle, do you care? Give me your thoughts.
I've always liked Rabel when he was with the Titans, so I'm kind of rooting for them. But honestly, I hadn't, with my kids and with basketball, I honestly hadn't kept up with it as much. So, more than anything, I just like to see a good game.
Well, I think you're right, and everybody else is with you, and I think you got more important fish to fry than who's playing in the Super Bowl. So, Coach Scott Thomas doing a fantastic job over at Oakland. If you want to see some good basketball, get over and see the Lady Patriots. Coach, we appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Ideas Tees, who will be happy to help you fulfill all of your printed apparel, embroidery, and advertising specialty needs online at ideastees.com.
At Middle